First off, I'm not a vlogger. So good morning and good night, guys. Today's video we are going to be talking about the Panasonic G9 and is it good as a vlogging camera. Before we get into all my tips, points, and reasons why I think it's a great camera, the Panasonic G9 is a photography camera first. Any camera that you have, even if it's the phone in your pocket, is a great camera to start off with, just to get yourself into filmmaking, or making videos on YouTube. Just to get started, whatever camera you have available is honestly your best camera to start off. Panasonic G9 does have some amazing features and quality features like 4K 24 frames a second, 422 10-bit, has vlog capabilities. It has amazing tools, especially if you want to be in the more professional field, shooting higher quality UHD. But besides all of these great camera features that are great for people who want to do filmmaking as their living or as a profession, these are not features you have to be worried too much about when you are just trying to vlog for YouTube. Some of the benefits of this as a vlogging camera is stabilization. The stabilization on this is amazing. I have videos in the past talking about the stabilization and different things that I love about it. You can see that in a link right here, I believe, if I remembered. If not, I'm sorry. The stabilization has tripod lock, electronic stabilization, and a 5-axis gyroscope gimbal sort of system in the sensor itself. So the sensor is physically moving around with the camera when the body is moving. So it has amazing IBIS stabilization in the body. The second thing that I love about this camera as a vlogging camera is lens prices. For a lens price, you can get some great quality lenses under $100, around $200, a variety of options that's not going to be hurting the bank when you're trying to be on a budget, especially because this is a micro four thirds and it has that smaller sensor. Nextly, if you want to get any b-rolls shots or get anything in slow motion, this camera has great capabilities in that as well. It shoots 4K 60 frames a second at 8-bit 420, and it also has other slow motion features. And 1080, you can shoot up to 180 frames a second. The issue with that is manual focus, and my last reason that I love this camera as a vlogging camera is the natural colors. If I turn off my color grade right now, this is how the camera looks straight out of the body. Now let's talk about those cons. This camera is a micro four thirds camera, so that means if you get any native lenses, you're always gonna have to 2 times whatever you're gonna do. So if you want to shoot on, for example, right now a 14 mil, this is actually crops into a 28 mil, and it's a 2 times crop factor on any micro four thirds camera. Arms distance, this is about the distance, and I'm showing it right now. Just this is the distance if you're actually holding the camera itself away from you. It is doable. There is also wide adapters like this one, and as you can see with this, you are able to get much wider. So instead of the before and after of me doing arm distance length, the only issue is when you get stuff and adapters like this, you can see the farther I go out to the edge, the more distorted my hand is. Same with this side. My last con for this camera is the autofocus in Panasonic cameras is just famously bad. If you are trying to shoot films or doing anything filmmaking, you're probably already used to manual focus, but if you're trying to get into vlogging, this camera isn't the greatest if you want a good autofocus camera. With that said, is this camera good for vlogging? Overall, I would say no. This camera is not really meant for people to get into vlogging. If you're looking for a vlogging camera, you should be looking at areas like the Canon M50 Mark II. The Panasonic G9 is just a little bit of a higher end camera. Again, more for photographers at first, with some outstanding video features on why I kind of bought this camera to begin with. But I don't really consider it a good vlogging camera. With that said, I do think that any camera, even your phone in your pocket, is a great camera just to start off with. You don't need to break the bank to buy something to get started. Thank you all so much who's been watching, liking, commenting. It means so much to me when everyone does. I love this community that we're slowly building out with the Dangyou peeps. So thank you guys all so much for subscribing, for liking, for commenting. It's awesome just to see the community and the chats that we have going on. So I appreciate all of you, and until next week, peace. Woo! I'm really not a vlogger.